Hey guys, Bo here, Kranky K9. Just wanted to go over my lifeboat analogy. Okay, so lifeboat analogy is the analogy that we're going to have 100% positive regard for the animal. Okay, let's write that down. 100% positive regard. And what does that mean? That means we are here to fulfill the instinctual duty of protecting and caring for the animal. Okay? It is our job to make sure that they survive from day to day. They can't do it without us. If they head out and they move into the streets, they're going to starve. They need us. It's up to us to protect them, to feed them, to help them stay healthy and safe. Okay? So we need to have 100% positive regard for the animal. All right? Now, the analogy I use, the lifeboat analogy, all right, is that you are the animal's lifeboat. You keep them safe, all right? If you go on vacation, you go swimming in the ocean, it's beautiful down there, fish, coral, everything. Here's my little guy, he's got his snorkel on, he's checking it out, he's trying to check out all the invisible coral that I didn't draw, okay? But I don't know if any of you guys ever been snorkeling in the ocean, but for me, it's terrifying, okay? As long as I look down here, I see the pretty fish and the coral, but when you look up, and you look out into the vast ocean, all you see is blue, and there's gonna be a shark comes out of that blue any second, I know there is. So I'm staying right here in this 10-foot water, looking at the pretty stuff, pretty close to my lifeboat, all right? Because if that shark comes anywhere near me, I'm getting back in the boat, okay? Now, so we wanna be the lifeboat for the dog. We wanna be the thing that keeps it safe, and we want the dog to know that as long as you stay with us, you're gonna be just fine in this world. We will keep you safe, all right? So let's say I'm out and I'm vacationing, I'm snorkeling, I've been in my 10-foot water right by the lifeboat for quite some time, and I've seen these fish, I've seen this coral, I haven't seen a shark yet, so I'm getting a little more brave, and my buddy says, hey, look at that thing over there, let's go check it out. So off we go further away from our lifeboat, right? So off we go, we're gonna head on out further away from the lifeboat, okay? Venturing out, getting brave. Well, the idea here is that if you stay with me, I can protect you from the dangers in the world. But the further away from me you get, the less that I'm able to protect you, okay? And so let's say I get to swimming out, and sure enough, just as I feared, I run into the sharks, okay? So I'm out here, I have found a really excellently drawn shark. I mean, this is, somebody's gonna get a hold of me and ask if I can tutor them in my art skills. And so I venture out too far away from the boat, and I find the shark. Well, I need to get back to the boat, okay? I need someone to save me from this shark. So I hurry up and I get back to the boat, okay? End up reversing my direction and swimming my little butt back to the boat, okay? When I get back there though, I notice that my lifeboat, my owner, is mad at me because I went too far away from him, from his lifeboat. So he's yelling, screaming, and wants to punish me for running away, all right? And so now, instead of a lifeboat, my owner looks like a boat full of pirates that have machine guns, okay? So while we were out chasing sharks, somebody has come in and taken over the boat. We'll draw our little guy here. He's really tough, and he's got some kind of a machine gun, and I am not even going to do well at drawing. That ain't bad, actually, for a stick figure. And so now I've got two negatives. I've got, my lifeboat has now been taken over by pirates with machine guns, and then I've got the shark. To be honest, I'm taking my chances with the shark. Might be one of those sweet nurse sharks or lemon sharks that don't bite you. I'm going to go kick it and make shark friends, because I know for a fact that this guy in the boat is planning on shooting and killing me. Okay? So the moral of the story is that you are the lifeboat. And the more nasty that you get with your dog, yelling, screaming, punishing consistently, yelling, grabbing them and shaking them or throwing them or whatever people do, the more you look like a pirate with a machine gun and the less you look like a lifeboat. And so then you're going to end up with problems, specifically obedience problems that surround the dog wanting to be close to you. And there's two major ones. And those are heel and come, all right? And if you ruin your lifeboat analogy, you will not be able to get a solid heel or a solid come command, all right? This is why I don't really love prong collars that much. It's not that I don't love them. I will use them, but I use them in a certain way. Whenever the dog is moving ahead of me, I turn around and go the other way, and the dog hits the end of the line. But I didn't yank the line because I'm the lifeboat. I don't create pain in the dog purposefully. And so when he looks back at me, he thinks, well, I shouldn't be flinging myself into the end of the line. But if someone were to walk down the street and yank the prong collar, pop, 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 no, 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 stop pulling, they're ruining their lifeboat analogy. They're making themselves look bad, okay? If you're walking all over the house and the dog steals and pees in the house and all these problems, and you're running around like a psychopath because of the stress that creates that, bad dog, I hate this dog, blah, blah, blah. You are ruining your lifeboat analogy, and in that way, the dog is only going to run from you further, and when you try to walk it, it's going to try to pull towards the grass or pull towards wherever because it doesn't want to be by you, all right? And so the first part of our training method here is to realize that we need to be a source of fun and a source of excitement and a source of love and nurturing and protection. We care for them. We are their lifeboat, okay? They can lean on us and trust us to not be the pirate with the machine gun, okay? That is our lifeboat analogy. And so what does that mean? That means that if you do have issues with stealing, I think that's a common place where people turn into lunatics, is because the dog steals their pizza off the counter. Oh boy, we're mad now. So, which I can't blame you there. I ordered that pizza and paid for it, now it's gone. But what I would do is set up a booby trap, okay? I would set up some kind of a booby trap that would go off when the dog touches the countertop or touches the pizza box, and he would learn that that countertop and that pizza box is rigged. It's a setup, and I'm not gonna fall for that setup because every time I get on that countertop, the trap goes off. And we can talk booby traps if you guys sign up with us or inside of your program. If you guys have this issue of thievery, we'll talk booby traps at that time. But it needs to go off when you're not around so the dog doesn't blame you for it. He blames the countertop for it. Your trash can is also booby trapped, it's rigged. And if anybody touches it, that booby trap's gonna go off. And now we don't trust the trash can any longer. Well, not trusting the trash can is perfect. That's exactly what I would like to create. But not trusting the owner, that's gonna hurt your relationship. It's gonna hurt your recall. It's gonna hurt healing. And so that's another reason why you need to check out the house manners system, is because the house manners system is a system that involves regular, fair discipline instead of punishment. The difference between discipline and punishment is discipline is well planned out. It happens early as a preventative, and it happens often, whereas punishment happens late, and it's usually over the top and it's ineffective. It happens after the problem has already occurred. And so generally your punishments are going to be late, whereas your discipline is going to be on time, early, and preventative. So check out your house manner system to help figure out how you can use fair discipline instead of running around acting like a lunatic and having your dog think that you're more of a pirate with a machine gun than a lifeboat. So that's our lifeboat analogy. Hit me up with questions if you have them. Thanks, guys.